Hi everybody, I'm Brad Silver. Welcome to the Hamilton County Television Sports Show. Special edition this afternoon featuring Coach Lauren Votaw of the Fishers Tigers. First of all, Coach, I know you're a few games into the season, but let's talk a little bit about the team that you brought back this year. I know it kind of a unique situation for you in the fact that you didn't graduate any seniors, but as we were saying before we started this interview, things do change a little bit. So tell us how things progressed after the season and through the summer.
Well, I think anytime you have a chance to grow over a period of several months, you hope that that happens, and I definitely believe that that has happened with this group. We look very much the same as far as our roster is concerned, but I do think, we challenged our kids in the spring to see how much each person could show individual growth in different areas, and I've been really proud of that with them. Also, we do have some kids who are new. They were on the roster last year, but they're playing increased roles this year. And so we do look a little bit different in that regard as well.
Well, how did the summer go overall? Does it feel like they kind of meshed quite well for you?
Yes, I've been super proud of this group. I think right now the thing that I'm most impressed with is their ability to remain coachable. They are holding themselves accountable, they're holding one another accountable, and they're taking feedback well, and I believe that all stems from the relationships that they worked really hard to build over the summer, and they took pride in that. And so I think the summer was really good for us. Just, we had a true summer where it wasn't a COVID summer, and we got a chance to go on a team trip and spend a lot of time together, and I think that really paid off. Well,
team building, as we all know, is extremely important. Let's talk about some of the elements on the team. You have traditionally had a pretty fast team in all the years you've been coaching, and you probably got a couple of the faster players that I've seen in the years I've been around Fishers in the Smith girls.
Yeah, and so we're really trying to accentuate that this year. We're playing faster than we've played in my tenure here as far as trying to push the pace. And a main reason for that is our speed, but another reason for that is our depth. In each of our games so far this season, we've played all 10 players that have been dressed. And we believe that we have the depth to be able to play at that pace for 32 minutes.
Let's talk a little bit about your schedule. Many coaches sit there and look at schedules, and you obviously come up against some very, very good teams. I was looking at the 4A and the coaches polls today, and I think there's like 6 or 7 different teams in those top 20s that you guys face, which really makes for a tough schedule for you guys. How do you prepare for that?
Well, I like it. I like it because it doesn't allow us a night off. We don't have the luxury of coming out on any given night and not playing good basketball and coming away with a win, because our competition for the most part is so strong. And that's what we need, because when we get to the state tournament, we have to put together, we can't take a night off. Our sectional has, I think right now, 5 of the 6 teams are in the top 15.
Yes, they are.
And so when you look at our sectional, you have to be able to bring it every night. And so that's what I love about our schedule. I think it just makes us better too, because we have to sharpen our game every single night, and it makes the players mentally focused. And so this is probably one of the tougher schedules that we have had. We lost a couple of teams in Hamilton Heights and New Palestine, and we picked up Castle and La Lumiere, and so I think those are that will boost our strength of schedule.
Well, let's talk specifically about the Hoosier Crossroad Conference. Perry and I have been doing this a lot of years, and we followed the various teams, and personally I think the HCC is, if not the top conference, one of the top conferences in the state of Indiana in all sports. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think in girls basketball, I don't think there's a comparison. I believe that it's the strongest conference top to bottom. I don't know that anyone could argue with that. When you look at just the talent that we have and the number of teams that are, in the top 10, in the top 15. And like I said, that's what makes it fun. We're traveling tonight to take on a really good Zionsville team. And that's what makes this conference so fun, is that you have to go out and compete every night.
Well, you finish the conference play, and then you go right to a sectional. And again, in just looking at the sectional itself, if it's not the toughest sectional in the state of Indiana, it's got to be right up there at the top.
Well, it is. I think it is the toughest sectional. I think if you look, at the end of the season, the Sagarins will rank it by sectional. They will put all the teams in the sectional, and if you add up our sectionals rankings, typically no one is lower than 20. And all other sectionals have people that are typically dropping out of the 100. And so I don't think there's any question that our sectional is the deepest and the toughest.
Now, in a couple of weeks, you're going to go up against one of your old coaches.
Mm-hmm.
How do you prepare for that? You and Donna go back many years
mm-hmm.
in that, but that's got to be a unique relationship.
It is. She was obviously my high school coach and the first coach that I coached for. So she's been a great mentor to me. And obviously, that does add a little bit of an element to the game. But, just like we tell our players when, for them it's kind of similar to the Southeastern game, right? You can't make it bigger than it is. And so, with the Noblesville game, obviously I respect Donna a lot. She obviously does a phenomenal job over there. But just trying to make sure that it's another game and that I don't let that too much get in the way. But obviously I respect her a lot, so I know I have to be ready to go that night.
Well, thank you for joining us today, and good luck this season, Coach Votaw. And I'm Brad Silbert. Thank you for joining us today on the Hamilton County Television Sports Show. Have a great day.